Day Collective. It is your girl, lady. And I'm in here and I'm making breakfast for myself and my children. And I was thinking out loud. Actually, I was talking to spirit and my guides, and I got the thought about how I got to thinking about how I'm wanting to like shift the energy that I consume with the food, my food intake, my drinking consumption. I don't drink alcohol anymore, um, but I do every now and then. Well, rare. It's been quite often here lately. I may have a taste for like fruit juices and or sodas, just to give me that taste. I try to drink a lot of water, but I don't think water is really working. Anyways, I was sending my request out there to my spirit guides to assist me in integrating in this shift. I was explaining to them how I also want to get to know more about my children individually, because my oldest, I have three, two boys and a girl, and my oldest, uh, he has he has his own father. My last two, they share the same dad, but my oldest, he is quite picky. Okay, he's a very artistic kid. You can tell that this baby is a star seed. This baby has come into this dimension, ready to like create uh, with the technology that we are coming into and how it's advanced. He's going to be these children, period, not just mine, but all of them uh, are coming into this new age, this new generation, ready for Uranus and what Uranus is bringing into the multi-dimensional universe here. Um, but my baby is a very picky eater, and I want to integrate more healthier food. So it had to be my lower extremities that tapped in to say that's why we should cautiously be aware of who we have children with. And I don't know why that came through, but what we're going to do right here, right now, is return any low vibrational energy that wants to force its external opinion in a place where it does not hold any kind of value, neither is it valid. Okay. So we're gonna send that back out there. But that was a good question for that energy, that thought vibration to that was a good that was a good thought vibration for that energy to channel through to me at that time, because I thought about that, and I thought about how when um I had been with my son's father for maybe 2.5 years before I had found out I was pregnant with my son. And on the verge of me finding out I was pregnant with my son, like we really were not on good terms, even though the love was quite genuine. But it was a karmic connection. It held a lot of mother father wounding that played out in our physical realities. Okay, and so back then I didn't know we were healing each other. I had always wanted children. Out of all my friends in high school, I was the last of the bunch to have children. And I found out I was pregnant with my first child 2 days before my 27th birthday. And so when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, wow, this is everything that I had ever wanted. Now, in the midst of my relationship with my son's father, I had this eerie feeling that I could not have children, and that because he wanted children, that would be one of the reasons why he would eventually leave and get someone else pregnant, and they would give him what I couldn't. But God, had other plans for me, and I'm very, very, very grateful for the plans that God had for my future, y'all. So once we found out I was pregnant, even though we were on bad terms, even though there were third party connections going on at the time, uh, this was both of our first child that we had made, and it was made in love. And although this was a very traumatic bonding of love, it was what we could make sense of it. So for us, it was love, because love can be taught in some very, very traumatic experiences. Not always traumatically, but love is experienced in all forms, okay? But only unconditional love is the purest. It's the most highest vibrational love there is, And so when I found out I was pregnant 4 months into my relationship, well, even though we were not actually together, I was like, you know what? This is what we always wanted, Things just started, the blessings had started rolling out. I found out I was pregnant with a new baby. I had obtained a new residence that was my own to welcome this new baby in. And so, like, I wanted to make it complete, because I had already I seen the plan since I seen my life envisioned in my head since I was that 15, 16-year-old girl. I was going to graduate high school, go to college, graduate college, start working in my career field, getting there. As I'm working in my career field and working on obtaining higher degrees, I am getting engaged by 24. We're both working in our career fields and planning for family, and this person was going to be the person that I would have had all my children with. You could not have told me at 18, 19 years old that I would have children from two different men. Okay, I would have told you was a lie and the truth wasn't in you. Okay. So anyways, I thought about how that thought vibration came through and said to, that's why you should choose wisely who you create your children with. People change. The only thing that we can find to truly be consistent is change. And love is never lost. Love is learned. And because I know this now, see, I was raised that love lost is not love learned. But no, there is truly no losses. Sin is only a mismark. We were raised that failure wasn't an option, and that caused a lot of our generation from my age group on up to operate in the energy of lack mentality, scarcity, settling. Well, it can't get no better than this type shit. No, it gets greater. It gets greater. You need a higher vibrational word for better. We need to define the words that we use and look at the synonyms, and check out those synonyms and try using different synonyms that mean the same thing, but and they just give that word such a higher vibration in its energy that it's like your affirmation of just speaking that high vibrational word in sentences, it increases your vibration. Okay, this is very important because we can no longer allow our past to hunt us in this way. No. Yes, you should make wise decisions. But my wisest decisions at that time, y'all, when I found out that I was pregnant with my firstborn child, was that my dream was coming true of creating this family, and that it was like everything was falling back into place. Um, and I wanted to make it work. But my child's father had already developed another relationship, and that relationship had took off pretty quick. Um, and we're actually like a integrated family, even though we have our ups and downs. Every last one of us, it didn't start off with all of us getting along, but within the 7 month period, I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it at least 13 months within me having my child, from 4 months of me being pregnant all the way up until I had Caden, until he was about 4 or 5 months. We had integrated, and we were the individuals that others were very inspired by, but would call us weird and say that we were, because we gave them like this taboo energy. It was unknown. We were really shaking things up and changing the game. We were the head honchos because we showed the external parties that, you know, spoke in our energy, how they admired what we were doing. And some basically said that we were fucking nuts for what we were doing. But a lot of them that admired us in our face really were the ones that spoke about us behind our backs. But they wished in their own energy that they could have a integration of families that we reflected examples of, because it can be done. Families can be integrated. Okay, we can have our tribe be of peace, a network of tribal members who are connected. There's a interconnectedness where there's always resources, because we all individually hold our own internal and external treasure chest of resources that are limitless. Okay, the treasure chest never ends. Okay, even when you tap in the bottom of it, you like, how I get, oh no, you got to go through a journey to access that next level of the treasure chest, baby. But that floorboard that you see at the bottom of it is only an illusion. The vortex, it never, the cycle of that treasure chest and what you can call in to your life, you can call it in and allow God to work it out, and how it gets and manifests into your life is limitless. It's infinite. It's very abundant. It's overflow, and it's meant to overflow our lives. We cannot allow our past decisions to hold us back now that we have decided to heal, because those energies will arise. They will come up, because they won't, not all of them are choosing to shortstop you, but it's your job as a physical and spiritual being to assess the spirit. Test the spirit. And how do we test the spirit? We ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Stop being afraid to rule in your authority. Okay? If we had asked the right questions, maybe a lot of us wouldn't have settled for less. Maybe maybe I thought that because I was getting my wish fulfillment at the time, after years of feeling as if I would never have children, and then wow, through this traumatic experience, here it is, I'm pregnant with my first child, and although things are going wrong as they sometimes will, I can somehow make it right through the joining of this baby, bringing us back into alliances with one another in a holistic way. But there were polar opposites, okay? There were lessons that had been learned that we had not discovered. We were soulmates to one another. I was in my karmic energy too. That's why it was a karmic relationship, and because what we need to understand is that karma is not bad, okay? It's a whatever you cause, the effect of what cycles back to your ass can either be high vibrational or low vibrational, but it's not bad. Karma is a divine order. It's a divine cycle. It's a hermetic principle, and it is fair, and it is just. And sometimes there is so much grace and mercy that is delivered in the midst of karma being delivered, okay? Because not all of us get to experience that whole bow, bow, bang, bang like we probably need to, okay? Or we deserve to at the time, or at least we felt. But who are we to judge? See, religion taught us that that God was a very judgmental God. No, what God was a very structured and logical thinker. God used was in balance and harmony with all of its elements, and could use its discernment in its highest frequency and see both energies, whatever was playing out. He could see the opposites. He could see the polar and the polar opposites of energies and bring them into holistic standing. And that is what we are put here to do. And I don't know why this message just flowed off through that. So I just want to take this time to give gratitude to the Most High Mother, Father, God. And if you are here on this message this far, I thank you for listening. And if you would like to comment, please do, y'all, because I want to connect with you all. I know it's not my job to reach out to you all, but and sometimes I have to, restrain myself from doing so because I don't want to push you away. Even though I'm a water sign, I hold a lot of fire. I have a lot of fire energy. And my love is rare, and so it's very intense. And for those who are not accustomed to rare and unconditional, taboo like love, it frightens them, So as you heal, as you transform, as you transcend and transmute the energies within you all's DNA ancestral cycle, to create new patterns for the generations coming up, just know you're going to be looked at as taboo. You're going to be looked at as weird, and you cannot give no fucks about others and their opinions unless you requested them. Okay? Okay? Now you can use your own judgment and decide to reflect on it. If it meant anything, if it triggered you in some kind of way, you should reflect on all your triggers so that you can be aware of them. I say, know your triggers, you know your demons. That way you become master of them too. But collective, don't let your past decisions haunt you. Our parents used to say, if I had a new then what I know now, would we have used it in a high vibrational way? Would we had used that information in a way of righteousness when we operated in a manipulative energy and we didn't even know? Because see, Pluto can be very manipulative in the energy, and so when we want something, thinking we're being genuine and sincere, we'll do any and everything to buy that something, to wanting us back. And I just wanted to share that with the collective. I'm glad I got that key out my back so I can unlock something in my mind. Y'all, grand day, grand trying, and it's a grand down time. I love y'all.